I've never seen the diaspora, at least I can speak for the Iranian American community, as united as we are today, as united on these principles, as united under the Iranian flag, the jianghomeshi flag. I mean, the unity that we're seeing is in my view incomparable to anything we've had thus far.
I mean, it is something. I'll be honest. It does worry me. We've talked about it on this show before, and I never know how soon is too soon to talk about this. But I mean, even going on the demonstrations, of which there have been many here in Toronto. There weren't so many in Istanbul, where I've been for the last week, but here in Toronto, probably been to at least 15 of them, and there's a certain pride almost in walking alongside. There's a guy holding a Reza Shah poster. There's somebody who is a leftist of some kind. There's even the communists, and we're all walking together, and we want the end of this regime. But there's a little part niggling at me, going, okay, well, so then. And I don't know if that same diversity or concern is happening inside Iran, but then what happens? There has to be at some point some coming together where, one of these groups that certainly doesn't represent the majority of those who are demonstrating, doesn't co-opt this, doesn't somehow take advantage of it, exploit it, or take power somehow. How soon is too soon to worry about that?
It's never too soon to be worried about these things. I think the antennas always have to be up, and we always have to be concerned about that. But I think that we can actively prevent that. Whether that's let's just talk about the diaspora first, because I think that's actually where the focus needs to be more in this regard, as opposed to inside. I think people inside Iran are so remarkably united. I mean, there have been attempts by those in the international press, for example, to say that ethnic tensions are being stoked in Iran, but what we see inside Iran is just the opposite of that. I mean, we see in Kurdistan province, in Sistan and Balochistan province, and in provinces along Iran's borders, the same slogans being chanted in Tehran or in Karaj or in Shiraz or other parts of the country. In fact, they're chanting to one another in different provinces, saying unity, unity, ittihad, ittihad. Or Zahidan, Zahidan, Cheshmon Cheragh Iran, Zahidan, you're Iran's guiding light.
Yeah.
So those who have tried to sow division inside have been so unsuccessful, because the Iranian people have said what matters first and foremost to us is Iran and our identity as Iranians, and haven't allowed sort of these forces that would try to sow division, be it quote unquote ethnic or otherwise. That's been a total failure in my view. But looking at the diaspora, I think we have to focus on what unites us. I think that's a few things, and they're quite simple. And those who are unwilling to accept this are sort of raising their hands to say, hey, nice to meet you. I'm the source of disunity, and this is why. And I think that those things are simple. The first is Iran's territorial integrity. We all believe in Iran's borders as they are, and respect them, and respect Iran's culture and tradition, and the beautiful diversity, be it linguistic or otherwise, that we have within those borders. The second is that Iran should be a secular democracy. There should be the separation of mosque and state, church and state, temple and state. We have so many beautiful religions in Iran, and there should be a democratic system. And third, that the future form of government should be decided by the Iranian people. I mean, these are some pretty basic, in a direct election. These are some pretty basic things. I think if you find people disagreeing with those, then those are the ones who are sort of sowing discord. And I think that the vast majority of Iranians, be they inside the country or outside, would agree to those principles. And so I'm less concerned, to be honest with you, Jian, about division or disunity. I think you see that a lot on Twitter, especially. Oh, there's disunity in the diaspora. I've never seen it, and I don't know about you. Maybe you can share your thoughts. I've never seen the diaspora, at least I can speak for the Iranian American community, as united as we are today, as united on these principles, as united under the Iranian flag, the jianghomeshi flag. I mean, the unity that we're seeing is in my view incomparable to anything we've had thus far. So I'm not worried, but to your point, it's always good to think, as of now even, of these principles that unite us, which can serve as a basis for collaboration, for working together, and to be sort of a defense mechanism against those forces that would try to sow division going forward.